Hello, everyone, and welcome. Rachel here.
Brittany.
We are here coming to you from Tucson, Arizona. We're here for the gem shows, doing lots of shopping and creating. And today we're going to make some jewelry together. I'm so excited.
I'm super duper excited. It's been a long weekend of shopping and shopping and shopping, so I'm excited to make.
You've been like all over Tucson, right?
Yes. Too many shows, not enough time. And I'm excited to get some relaxation in with making some jewelry.
Yeah, this is beads that we picked out together last year. We were going around one of the gem shows and you were picking out your favorites. We were working together with Sam too and like figuring out what went together. It was great.
To nobody's surprise, it's turquoise colors.
Yep.
Carnelian, so like a terracotta color, and citrine, which is my birthstone. Yep. So my go-to palette.
Classic, yeah, and it looks great. It's lovely.
Yes.
So yeah, we're live to the Sam's Beach Shop channel and to Turquoise Street. Yep. So welcome to everyone joining us. To get subscribed to both our channels, and we're excited to have you. So let me pull up the overhead here. All right, we've added it. Well, first, these are some Patricia Healey pieces that we launched in the shop today. Would you hold up the one we're using today?
We are using this awesome pendant.
Gosh, this desert coin pendant. You said this one reminded you of where
Reminds
you're from?
me of my house.
Yeah.
Because I live on South Mountain in Phoenix, or right next to South Mountain. And, I get to see the beautiful sun and the beautiful saguaro cacti. And just near and dear to my heart. And I actually have already made this necklace. And this is what we're going to be making today. And it's just such a beautiful piece and fun. And it's easy, but not traditional because it's asymmetrical, right?
Yeah.
So that's the piece. This is probably my favorite part of this necklace, by the way.
Which part?
Gorgeous. This.
Yeah.
This is going to be the favorite part.
Yeah. It's the showpiece.
Right.
And then, these are just a few other ones that we launched today. We have the hummingbird, some cactus, this coyote, and this more abstract piece. So a fun collection.
Absolutely beautiful.
Yeah. And then would you show the beads that we're using
Absolutely.
today?
So there are these adorable carnelian chunks. I just love them. They're so, I like the organic look to these. That none of them are the same. So you're going to get some lighter colors, some darker colors, but like just some yummy oranges, right?
Yeah. Chunky beads. I like that.
And then this is Amazonite, right? And these are faceted, 6 millimeter?
Yeah, I think that's right.
I
think we call them like the black and gold, like because they have some of those inclusions and color variants in them.
I love that because it's almost like, Arizona sky and then Arizona earth. I love it.
Oh my gosh, you're so right.
Much. I love it. And then
citrine is so unique.
So these are little rondelles.
Yeah, like Heishi rondelle. Yeah. They're matte, they're textured.
Yeah, and they're kind of running the gamut of the color scheme of citrine. So that clear to even almost a little orange in some of them. But I just love them. I love how chunky they are too.
Yeah.
And they're cold. Like I feel the smooth matteness. They're like really cold.
When you wear these, you're going to feel the gemstones.
Yes. And then over here,
pieces.
Is that Tiracast?
Yeah, it is. It's made in the US. We've just kept a few clasps because I wanted to have them for classes. So we put our last stock of these on the website.
So beautiful Tiracast copper clasp. Love copper's my favorite.
Yeah. Well, it had the texture, so I thought it matched the other pendant in a way.
Absolutely. And then these are Tiracast spacers.
These ones are actually made in Greece. These are from a different company.
Okay.
A new supplier that we've been working with the last year. They just make really high quality spacers.
They're gorgeous. Yeah. And so I used a combination of copper and antique brass on this. And then we had these are 11-0, right?
Yep.
Bronze
seed beads.
These are perfect as spacers. So I'm a person who doesn't do bead weaving. I think we all know that, right? And I just love I like any kind of bead. So these are easy to use as spacers, and they're more cost effective than some
using like a full metal bead.
And then I chose to use the antique brass color soft flex. This is one of my favorite wires. This and the copper are my favorites. So, and I wanted to go mixed metal today because the pendant is mixed metal. So I included the copper and the antique brass. I wanted to kind of bring both of those metals together.
I love that.
So we can get started.
I'm excited. Let's do it. I'll make it full screen.
Perfect. I'm just going to take some of these off. I think I can just put this in here. So the necklace I am wearing, I actually don't know the length, but I did bring a ruler. And
I've got one too, actually. So once later on, we can measure it.
Okay. And then I think we'll make the one that I'm making is going to be a little bit longer, just to give you an option.
Yeah.
But I'm going to start. I always when I start stringing, I usually start in the middle and then kind of figure out if that's the way I want to do it. But because this is an asymmetrical necklace, so that means it's different on both sides. I had the chunky carnelians mostly on this side and then the citrine on this side. I'm going to start kind of at the collar and then work back later. Okay. So what I did was I knew I wanted it to be asymmetrical, but I still wanted both colors on both sides. So I'm actually going to take this off.
Yeah, give people a close up.
Yeah.
That sounds great.
And the way I did that and wanted to incorporate both gemstones so they looked good together was did a couple, we're backwards. Did a couple of so I wanted this side to be orange with the carnelian, did a couple and then kind of worked in some citrine on this side and then finished it and then did a citrine down here. And then I did the opposite. So did one carnelian and then some citrine and then worked in one carnelian and then finished with citrine.
Oh, it is kind of a mirror of each other.
Yeah. And I thought that would just be really fun. It's kind of more cohesive, not as chaotic as some. Listen, I love chaos, but I wanted there to be a thought process behind it. So
that's helpful.
My necklace has 5 carnelians on one side and then 2 on the other. And then the rest is the citrine. So I'm going to I started with a copper bead. So I have one of these copper beads separating the carnelian and the citrine from the amazonite. So I'm going to start with a copper bead and then I'm going to dump out some of these little seed beads.
And I know you said you want to make this one longer for variety. Are you think you'll make it longer in that kind of front section or more using the beads later on?
I think I would make it's up to you. Yeah. But I think I would just do it with the
amazonite.
The amazonite because it's kind of, I felt like my design was set here. But if you want more of that orange, or you want more of that yellow, change up the design for sure. Okay, so I'm gonna I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on this side and then 2 for the other side. And I want some smaller ones, and I like that there's a bunch of different sizes. I do want smaller ones on this side with the citrine because they kind of are the same size as the citrine. It's not too chunky, but you can do whatever you want. So I'll just put those 2 aside. I'm gonna put this one.
And we can cut open this string too if you need more choices.
Okay. No worries. So I'm going to put on my citrine and then every other bead, I'm going to put on a seed bead. And that really helps differentiate the beads so that each bead has its own little moment. It's not just like a bunch stacked together.
Yeah.
So we're going to do two carnelian, a seed bead, and then I'm going to go into 2 citrine. And this one's, it's easier because it's stringing. I think the difficulty comes from deciding how you want your beads to be displayed.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think folks might have like other kind of chunky beads in their stash. And like, it'd be fun to kind of grab 2 of them that are similar in size, not exactly, but just something similar. And then they could try replicating this style, this asymmetry with other beads too.
Exactly. I mean, these colors with pearls would look really nice. Yeah. Maybe some sunstone or even one thing that I've seen a lot lately is I'm really liking the way goldstone looks again. So I think this would be a good color palette for goldstone if you have some.
I think with like March coming up sort of soon, maybe something with like aquamarine and then paired with like a pink, I don't know, like a rhodonite, a rhodochrosite. Maybe.
Yes. Well, I think we put one of those in that Tucson, or not Tucson, but it's the Turquoise Trails box.
Yeah.
And so pink goes really well with Southwestern stuff too. So anything, I mean, just whatever your favorite color combo is. Yeah. I think it's going to go. And this is so neutral. The pendant is neutral to me. Yeah. Metal is neutral. So any color combo is going to go really well with that. Yeah. All right. So then I'm going to go, into another citrine. And I decided to put an amazonite next to the pendant for 2 reasons. I wanted to get some of the turquoise down here. But if you see that the bail has a larger loop on it, and that's going to be a little awkward for us to put seed beads through or for us to have right up against a chunkier bead like that. This helps it curve into a necklace. So it's nice to look at, but it also has a function too. So I'm just going to put one of those on. I'm going to put on my pendant, and then we'll start up the other side with the more citrine. Okay. And then I'm going to go, so I saved the smaller ones for this side. I'm going to go into a smaller carnelian, and then we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the citrine. I'm actually really intrigued with this one because I didn't see that one.
That one like almost looks carnelian.
Love that it's orange, so I'm going to put that there, and then I'm going to kind of put it in the middle.
Yeah, make a little gradient.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I want to feel these.
They're amazing. I actually made some.
I see what you mean. They feel good.
I might need to get some because I wanted to make a matching bracelet, but I didn't have the time, and I wanted to save the beads.
Yeah.
So
we might have some extras. Yeah.
We need to make a matching bracelet. Yes. I think that would be super gorgeous.
That'd be great.
All right. This little orange one on. I love him. And then once we get to the Amazonite portion, I used more of, instead of the space or the seed beads, I ended up using a lot of the metal beads that we're using today because I thought that would be really eye-catching. All right, so we have 5 of these. I'm going to go into my last carnelian and then 3 more of my citrine.
And if folks are curious, all of the beads that we're using today are from Sam's Bead Shop. These are items that we picked out together in Tucson last year, and now we have them available for you. We've kept them aside, and we were ready to work with them this year.
Yes.
So check out all the links in the description if you want to pick up the Patricia Healey pendant, the gemstones, some of the accents and spacers. We've got that all. So come check out Sam's Bead Shop.
I love it.
We also have lots of live sales going on while we're in Tucson. So we're having a lot of fun.
All right. So now I put on another copper, and then I'm going to trade out my carnelian for my Amazonite. And what I like to do is do like a segment or a pattern. I'm typically using patterns even when I'm doing asymmetrical jewelry. So I did 3 Amazonite and then a spacer, 3 Amazonite and then a spacer. So I used copper all the way up to the back, and then I wanted to incorporate some of that antique brass. So I did a copper, so it's kind of weaving in like I did with the beads down here. Yeah. Copper, antique brass, copper, and then 3 antique brass.
I love that.
So these
are like those little personal touches.
Yeah. So the stringing part's the most tedious part, but I know a lot of my subscribers actually like seeing me string. They're like, it's calming.
You're also very fast at it.
Well, I think a lot of narcissists, but I typically cut it out of my recorded videos because I'm like, nobody wants to watch that. Yeah. But then when we do lives, they're like, yeah, I kind of really want to watch you. I'm like,
okay. They just want to be together. That's the goal.
Yeah, it does feel like you're hanging out with friends. I know a lot of this is online, but we've met in person. I've met a lot of my subscribers in person. Yeah. So it feels like we're old friends when we're beading together like this.
I mean, I know when I'm watching project videos, tutorials, or people beading, like it's usually that I'm also making. I might not be working on the same project at that time.
Right.
But I'm beading with them. So it feels like I'm at my local bead shop.
Right. I love that. So when I'm very conscious of how many beads I need when I'm stringing like this, if I've already made my design. So I'm going to actually make this one a little bit longer. So I might use some antique brass spacers in the back. Yeah. I want to make sure I save enough for the other side. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for each side. I've already used 3 on this side. So I need 3 more coppers. Oops. For this side. So just kind of be aware and just cognizant of what you're using while you're using it up. And then I'll just put 1.
Yeah, we're obviously creating two versions of this necklace, but even if you're making one, you need to think about, okay, whatever beads I put on this side, make sure I save half the strand for the other side.
Yes, exactly. Sometimes happy accidents happen and you don't need to do that, but we want to make sure that we don't have frustration and throwing the beads.
And especially if you crimp one side, then you've like committed to that pattern, which is one reason also just to use like a bead stopper once you finish stringing one side. That way, like if you do need to make a change, you have time.
Yes. And then like I said, on this one, we're going to actually make this one a little bit longer. So I'm going to do 2 more. So the necklace that I made that I was wearing earlier had 5 segments of 3. So 15 of these Amazonite
Actually,
beads.
you pull it down a little bit?
Yeah, of course. So 15 of these Amazonite beads on either side. I'm going to do 2 more sections. So we'll have 7 times 3, 21 on each side.
Yes.
So I'm going to actually get into this strand over here. But like I said, you just have to plan for how your beads are going to go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So I need 3 more sections of 3. And I'm making sure to utilize the blues and the other colors. So I'm not really staying too blue, like doing a whole section of blue. I'm interspersing it with the browns as well. So, but you could do.
Yeah, no, I like that though. Because you could try to sort them out and make it more color blocking, or try to use the blend. Yeah.
So I'm going to go into an antique brass here, saving those 2 for the back of the necklace.
And for folks who are asking, today we are using some Soft Flex. This is their medium size, which is a 49 strand. Bead stringing wire, and this is the antique brass color, but really any colors of theirs would work. I mean, especially because this is such a colorful piece, like maybe you want one of their more bright colors or one of their blues.
Right. They have a beautiful like orangey red. They have a nice red. And I love their copper. Their copper is probably my favorite.
And do you find that like Soft Flex, their medium Soft Flex, like works with some of these, chunkier, maybe slightly heavier beads? Is that?
Yes.
I mean, you've been wearing this today.
Yeah. So this, I feel like if I need a heavier necklace or a heavier feel, my beads have a heavier feel, I usually tend towards Soft Flex. They even have a heavy version too, which I've used recently. All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Perfect.
Okay. So then we're going to go into that pattern that I showed you here. I'm going to put 1 copper on, 1 antique brass, 1 copper, and then 3 antique brass. And you can go ahead and crimp right here, but I'm just going to put a bead buddy on, and because you just never know.
You never know.
You just never know.
No, I'm not ready to commit.
I know. And like sometimes I get a little cocky and I'm like, oh, we could just do this, and then later I'm like,
then you regret it.
You look at the camera that's not there and you're like, really? That really happened? So I'm going to go ahead and put my bead saver on. Nice. And kind of try and figure out how much length I'll need by holding it together. And I just cut off more than I usually need. I do end up using way too much wire most of the time, but better safe than sorry, right?
Oh, we're all on the same page.
I'm going to open up this strand and dump a little bit in my tray here because I'm going to need more of them. And then we'll just do that exact same thing on the other side.
Nice. We might have time to make a bracelet.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're zooming.
Absolutely. If you have another class, I didn't bring my stretch cord, or you could use.
I have stretch cord too if you want.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me go grab it just so we're ready.
Cool. That's going to be awesome. All right. So we're going to go ahead and just do that exact same thing. I'm going to just do 7 segments of 3 using our spacers. And I put those over here. So what's been your favorite part of being down here so far this year?
Getting to see people who I only talk to online is just is so special.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, I have met people before, so that helps. But I never especially the first time I was like, oh my God, you're a real person. I've only seen you on a screen.
That's so funny.
So just getting to give everyone a hug and chit chat and hang out. I'm excited for the Sam's Bead Shop meetup tonight. So I'm going to see a lot more people that I haven't even seen yet. So that's my favorite. But then I am trying to, add some beads to my stash. So I did a little bit of shopping on Saturday, and I want to do a little bit more for myself. And I mean, I'm also taking a look at what Sam's been picking out to see if anything catches my eye. Because I've had the jewelry bug a lot the last few months. I just feel like I've been feeling extra creative, and I want more beads to choose from. So I'm trying to, build up my collection a little more.
Your stash. Yeah. I've bought more than my weight in beads since I've been here, and I'm going shopping.
And I'm sure you're loving this.
I am, but I'm like,
Yeah, just don't look at the receipts.
Unfortunately, every time I look at my credit card, it's like, hi, what are you doing? But
I have beads now.
Don't you know that's really
I have to have choices.
the important part is the beads, guys.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Okay, I think someone was admiring your ring. So will you is there a story behind this?
I bought it yesterday.
Oh my gosh,
Keno.
really?
Yeah, I bought it at Keno yesterday.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I have my own shop, so I was purchasing things for that. This one's mine. That's going home with me. But I did get some really pretty jewelry for my shop.
Oh, fabulous.
All right.
Definitely check out Turquoise Street Beads.
Yes.
Yes. TurquoiseStreetBeads.com.
Yes. It's closed right now because of
you're here.
Obvious reasons. But we've got a lot of really cool things, and it's very I feel it's more like bespoke. Like I'm very small, so
I mean you make a lot of the pieces yourself, right?
Yes. And then I only get maybe 3 or 4 or 5 of something, and you get it or you don't, and then it's gone. So and I like being small. I mean, maybe in the future we'll be bigger, but right now this is how it is. Okay. So I just want to I'll keep losing count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, did I do 8? Let's see. I might have not
extra
been paying
beading.
attention.
Let's see. That's easy to fix.
Yeah. I did do 8. How did I even
these
do
colors are just looking stunning on camera
and
in person.
Okay. I did one too many, and I put the antique brass bead in the wrong spot. So let's try that again. I make a lot of mistakes a lot of the time. So sometimes I cut those out of the videos, but sometimes I leave them in because how are you going to learn how to do something if I don't show you what happens when you make a mistake, right?
Because like when someone's following along, they might also, mess up their crib, mess up this, and they're like, wait, what do? I haven't seen anyone try to fix this.
Yeah, you crack the crimp off and go again, or restring, and that's the nightmare.
That's the only choice.
That's the nightmare. Okay, so then I'm going to do 1 copper, 1 antique brass.
Oh, that's cool. I see so it's like alternating a little bit. It's kind of like pops of brass.
Yeah. And then we'll do our 3 antique brass. And then we'll crimp. That's my, I know a lot of my subscribers love when I crimp because I say squish. So they all say it with me. All right, so I'm going to start. I have 2 soft flex crimps in copper here, so I'm just going to put 1 on. And I did use a jump ring. Let me grab a jump ring. I typically like to crimp onto a jump ring.
Yeah.
I don't do it all the time, but for something like this, I'm making this necklace a little bit longer, but what if I wanted to lengthen this one down the road?
Yeah.
I can just take off the clasp, put some other jump rings on, put a different kind of clasp. It just kind of, it leaves my anxiety a lot.
No, I totally agree. I think it's a great choice.
So I'm going to go ahead and put my clasp on a jump ring.
Okay, so far you've added the crimp.
I put the crimp on the wire, but I'm going to go ahead and put my clasp on the jump ring before we start crimping.
Oh, I see. Got it. Attach that to the clasp, and then you'll be able to hook it right onto your loop.
Where did I put the clasp?
Wait, no, that's here.
Okay. I love it. I go it's like going snowblind. You can't see what's on the board. All right, so put that on, and then we'll do another one. I mean, this necklace is really fun, and people are gonna be like, "How'd you make that?" But we did it in 20 minutes.
Stringing,
20 minutes.
It.
20 minutes.
It's more about like taking the time to choose the beads that you love and then figuring out how to combine them together. So, we hope you can get inspired by, this curation. Like, I think one thing this shows is, as we said, how good blue and yellow and orange look together.
Yes.
So like if you're trying to come up with a color palette, this is a good option.
Yes. So I put the crimp on, I slid my wire through the jump ring and then back down through that crimp. I always make sure that my wire isn't crossed, which it is. So I'm going to just kind of get that crimp as close to my jump ring as I can.
And we're crimping the first side of this. So.
Yes. Okay. So I don't love that that's got so much room in there. I want it to be a little bit closer to the clasp. But then you don't want it to be too tight because you want it to be able to move around. So then I'm going to put that in my smallest or largest part of my crimping pliers and squish. Turn 90 degrees. We're going to squish again and then squish one more time. Now these are very tough crimps. They're their thickest ones. So just be be mindful of that. It might not squish too much. And then I just come down through a couple of beads. So it's a common misconception that makes it stronger. It does not. It's just hiding. I don't like how it looks when you cut the wire off at the crimp. You can always use a crimp cover too, but it kind of just makes it look a little more smooth. And I just put it down through.
Easily fit.
Yeah.
You can easily fit 2 strands through there, maybe even more, honestly.
Yeah. I sometimes cut right here. The reason I'm not going to right now is if we need to, like if I mess up on the other end, it's nice to have this extra tail so I can cut the crimp off and I won't have to restring everything. Okay. So I'm just going to leave that like that, move everything down, take off my bead buddy, and then find your second crimp, put that on. And then do the exact same thing on the other side. So I do a little bit different on this side. I come back through the crimp, but I also come through a couple beads. Sorry, it's trying to get that back through there. It's very tiny. Here we go. So I'm coming down through my crimp, move that towards my pen or my clasp. And then I come back through a couple beads. And this helps me get leverage through pulling my tail. So I'm going to hold on to my clasp. I'm going to pull on my tail and then I'm going to pull. Now this crimp tube is kind of acting as a impediment to getting that pulling as much, but we just move that a little bit and keep pulling. And then we want to make sure that the necklace is not in a straight line. We want it to be like loosey-goosey so we can have some, so it doesn't, it's not stiff while we're wearing it, but we want to make sure there aren't any noticeable gaps because that's going to be annoying later on. And then I'm just going to pull tight and I'll grab my crimping pliers, put those in there and squish and turn 90 degrees. And squish again. And then squish one more time. All right. And this is how we trim.
Gosh, we're almost done.
We are. You just take your flush cutters, cut that wire off, find your other wire. And don't cut the main wire, please.
Yes.
I was doing this on another live. I can't remember which one. And I said it's kind of like diffusing bombs. Like, don't cut the main wire.
Don't cut the red one. Don't cut the blue one.
Here we go. Oh my gosh. So beautiful. Wow. Love it so much. And it's so much fun.
I'm obsessed with this.
So much fun. So this one's a little bit longer than the other one. So it comes to right about down here.
That is stunning.
Yeah, I love that one. Nice. But if you put the less beads on, it'll be a little bit higher up.
Just decide how many sections you want of that Amazonite.
So this one's mine, and then this one's
fabulous. Yeah, happy to. I'll try it on.
Okay. And then
I take off my necklace.
Yeah. Oh, that's a pretty necklace.
Oh, I had to wear turquoise. Yes. I was hanging out with you today.
Absolutely.
I got this last year in Tucson.
Oh, so pretty.
Okay. Let me put
twins.
Yes. Oh my god. I have a matching necklace with Deb, and now I have it with you. This is
amazing.
That
is like the perfect length.
Oh, I love it.
Perfect length.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Here we are.
We got to take that picture.
Yes,
later.
absolutely.
So we have tons of time, right?
Yeah. I would love to do a bracelet if you're up for it. So I have 2 sizes of stretch cord, 0.8 or 0.5.
Let's do 0.8.
Yeah.
Although I'm not sure that 0.8 is going to fit through. Let's see if we'll fit through.
Test it out.
Some seed beads. If not, we just won't use the seed beads. I don't know. Do you have a clasp?
Yeah.
Because we might just do a strung bracelet.
Oh, we can totally do that.
Oh, the seed beads fit too.
Oh, okay.
Maybe we can do 2 bracelets. We can do 2 matching bracelets, whatever. So I think an asymmetrical bracelet, because our necklace is asymmetrical, would probably be the best thing to do. I love these carnelian. They're so gorgeous.
I do have more of these clasps.
Okay,
so
let's go with the clasp because I think it's going to be a little bit easier for me to string.
No problem.
Elastic cord is wonderful, but with tiny seed beads like that, we would probably be flinging the seed beads everywhere. So I think my design,
Ooh, I love this. Now we get to see you design on the fly. This is great.
it's probably going to be very simple.
Oh, I love it.
So I think I grab just like
you guys, this necklace feels really good on.
I know, it's very,
it's
cold.
It's
really pretty. I'm going to grab 2 Amazonite, and I think those are just going to be cut by the clasps or by the ends, because the thing with toggles, and you want to make sure that you do this on any piece of jewelry that has a toggle, but specifically when you're doing a bracelet, the part that's coming through the toggle has to, like the next bead has to be able to fit through. Yeah. And if you don't, you're going to have a headache because your bracelet's not going to be able to wear it. Yeah. So I'm going to put on a seed bead. I think this is.
Make sure those beads that are at the end of the bracelet are small enough.
Yeah.
And for a little bit of space. Yeah.
I think I'm going to do two Amazonite on the side that is going to need to go through here because I just don't want to have any obstruction there.
So the side that has the toggle bar.
Yes. So we'll be crimping onto the toggle bar. Okay. And then I am just going to do, I think one side citrine, and then we'll kind of, like we did on the necklace, do one nugget of carnelian and then another citrine, and then we'll go into the carnelian like that. So let's see, I want to use these. Hopefully that's in camera.
And I'd love to know for folks watching. It looks like we have about half folks watching on the Turquoise Street YouTube channel, the other half over on Sam's Bead Shop. I'd love to know, have you guys heard of both of us, of Turquoise Street and Sam's Bead Shop? Are you new to one of us? So I would love to hear. So please let us know in the comments.
They've heard of you on my channel. That's for sure.
That's true. You do open our box every month.
Yes, they do. And I designed one with you too.
Yes.
So. And the funny thing is,
they're newer.
That's the only one I never unboxed on my own channel.
That's true. Yeah, we did so we have a monthly subscription box called Sam's Bead Box, where we curate a selection of check glass, some gemstones, some metal components. And we curate it in a brand new theme every month. So we send it over to Brittany, and every month she unboxes it, shares her thoughts on the box, and gives you some design ideas. It's great. We love it.
I love it too. It's I think I said in our most recent crimped episode that it was my favorite box of the year.
The cherry blossoms?
No, Sam's Bead Box out of all subscription boxes.
No way.
Yeah. So, and I didn't get to do my 10 favorites on my channel this year, but I said it was very cutthroat, but Sam's Bead Box made number 1 for my bead boxes of the year.
Oh my God.
Yay. I'm glad. Don't cry, but yes. So yeah, they,
so much.
Even if it's not a scheme that I really love, it's always quality, right?
Yeah.
And I always figure out something that I can do with it. So,
oh my gosh, thank you so much,
You're
Brittany.
welcome.
We appreciate that so much.
You're welcome.
Yeah, check it out, you guys. We'd love to have you join.
Yes. Okay, so I do need this.
Yeah, go for it.
Ruler. Oh, I'm just knocking beads everywhere. So, what I'm doing here is I'm starting with the citrine, and I have a 7-inch wrist, but I
usually make 7.5 inch for my bracelets.
Yeah, but I've had an 8-inch wrist in the past. So it just depends. Also, the thing is, it depends on the size of the beads. So when you are making jewelry with bigger, chunkier beads, the diameter of the bracelet needs to be longer. So these are a little bit chunkier. So I would probably make a 7.5-inch bracelet for a 7-inch wrist with this one. Yeah. Because it takes up some of the diameter on the inside of your wrist. Okay. So we're not anywhere near 7 inches with this. I'm going to put some more citrine on. And I'm talking about what I've already strung and
plus what's there. At first I was like, I don't think you've strung 7 inches.
Not even close.
But yeah, plus what you've laid out.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Oh, and then actually, we never measured our necklaces.
Okay.
We'll do
that afterwards.
Actually, I'll take mine off.
Okay. So I'm going to be putting on quite a few of these.
And I have like a navy blue tank top that this is going to look perfect on.
Yes. And
I'm going to change my outfit for this.
So yeah, I'm going to put a couple more of these on. And then if you end up stringing too much, just take it off. That's, at the end, better to have too much than too little. And then you're frustrated trying to figure out your color scheme or your pattern later.
And are you working right off the spool?
I am. Yeah. It saves things from falling off.
Yeah. It's like a built-in bead saver.
Yes. All right. So then we're going to do our first carnelian. Oh, I've got a runaway citrine. Then I'm going back into 1 citrine, 2 carnelian, and then 2 citrine, and then the rest carnelian.
Okay, a lot of people are saying they follow. Oh, you know, I'm getting a mix. A lot of people are saying they follow both of us, which is awesome. I'm so glad. But Marian says she is new to you, Brittany.
Oh,
so awesome. Okay, we'll definitely get subscribed to Brittany's channel, to Turquoise Street.
yes.
She makes incredible pieces.
I just hit over 1,000 videos on the channel.
Incredible.
Yeah, and it's been amazing. Right now, I'm in the middle of a 14-day series on Valentine's Day.
Oh, fabulous.
Jewelry. So, and it's not all non-traditional colors, but I just put today's was a turquoise necklace instead of just pink and red. So wow, we've got a lot going on over there. That's
incredible. What a series.
I know. And I'm doing it while I'm in Tucson and I'm editing the video. Like I filmed all the videos before I got here and now I'm editing them at night and I'm like, I'm so tired. I just want to go to sleep, but I got to get the videos out.
Okay. So like every day leading up to Valentine's Day.
Yes.
So I love that idea.
All right. So I'm going to measure this. This might be a little long, but if it is, I'm just going to take off some citrine. We're right at 7 inches, so I'm gonna kind of gauge.
I guess there is the clasp.
Yeah. But like I said, the beads are chunky. The beads are chunky. So we're at 7 inches. Typically, a smaller, like 6 millimeter bead would have just met right there, but we're not meeting because these beads are so chunky. Yeah. So what I'm gonna do is put on, and I want it to move around a little bit. I don't want it to be too super tight. Yeah. I'm gonna put on 1 amazonite. I think I do have more crimps.
If not, I've got more.
I got them. And then we want to do that same thing with the clasp. And I'm going to use this larger one for the circle or the loop part of the toggle. Yeah. I'm going to use a smaller one. Yeah. I'm going to use a smaller one just for the sake of like length for my toggle. The bar part. Okay. So let's put that on. I'm so excited that I got a bracelet.
I know, we got even more pieces. 2 necklaces and a bracelet.
And so I put bracelets on this morning. I was like, oh, none of these match.
Perfect.
Close that up. And then we'll go with our tiny jump ring. And if that doesn't work, we can always switch it to a larger jump ring later.
Oh, another person said they just found your channel in the last month or 2, and they've been binge watching your videos.
I love that. Thank you.
You've got 1,000 to choose from.
I know. Thank you. And it's kind of funny.
Like a third there.
I think it's kind of funny because later on, I'm like, oh, you were watching this video that I didn't know what I was doing. Like, oh my gosh, the quality is horrible. But thank you for going back and watching that. Yeah. I'll get a comment once in a while like, I can't hear you. I'm like, I know, I've changed my style a little bit.
Can't judge something from 2, 3,
5 years ago.
Yeah.
So, okay. So, oops. Almost did that without the crimp. We'll put our crimp on. Come through our clasp. And then back through that crimp. And honestly, this part's it's exactly the same as the necklace. There's no differentiation in how you clasp or crimp a bracelet versus a necklace.
And do you mind wearing jewelry while you're making jewelry? Like, it doesn't bother you at all?
Doesn't bother me at all.
Yeah. You got a ring, you got bracelets on.
Yeah. And actually, a lot of people really like it because they're like, oh, I haven't seen that video. I got to go check that one out. Or,
you're like marketing it.
when I'm working for JTV, like I have to do a jewelry tour before I do my show because everybody wants to know what I'm wearing that day. So I actually really like wearing jewelry all the time. And I work from home, so I'll just wear my jewelry on the couch. I don't care.
Yeah.
Okay.
Enjoy it.
So here's an issue where I forgot we were going to run into. I should have used, but I didn't. I should have used one of these beads on the end because that allows the wire to go through. Yeah. This little 11-0 is not going to allow this thick wire to go through twice. So I'm going to have to cut it off at the crimp. Not my favorite thing to do, but when you're making your bracelet, you can be aware of that. All right. So I'm going to cut off my wire from my spool. And come through my crimp and my toggle. And then we'll come through. And again, we want the bracelet to not be in a straight line while we're crimping. It's always the second side where it's like, oh, I don't know if I want to go through the crimp or not. Okay. Then I'm going to hold my toggle and pull. Maybe. There we go. And that gets this is our last chance to make sure that everything's the way we want it.
Okay.
So I'm just going to quickly put it around my wrist. It's good. It's going to go through. It'll be fine. But here I want to test that I can get that toggle through. Because remember, okay, we're good.
Yeah,
it's
those
coming through.
Amazonite ones work.
Yeah. Perfect. So then I'm going to pull this a little bit tighter because it came undone a little bit. There we go. And then move everything down to the other side and pull. And put that in our crimping plier. Sorry, I know my hand's in the way there. There we go. And we'll squish, turn, and squish. And when you're crimping, make sure you don't get like your glass spacers or glass seed beads in the crimping pliers because they'll get crushed. And I do it all the time.
Yeah, they're not as strong as
metal
to be, the pressure of a crimping plier.
So, and I did it on a live the other day. I was like, yeah, I knew that was going to happen.
I mean, one seed bead gone won't have too big an effect.
So there's
gosh, yeah, you kept the asymmetry going.
Yeah, I actually really love this. Okay, so then
Fabulous.
See, I have
let me know if you need help.
Phobia of putting bracelets on lives because
it's so hard.
I'm really good at doing one-handed with toggles, but sometimes it just doesn't work.
Fabulous.
Okay, so this is quite big. Maybe I could
actually that might fit me perfectly.
I would maybe take off one or two of these, but I have a really big bracelet on here, so it just kind of.
Also, if you put it between the other two, it'll kind of stay in place.
Yeah. So look at that.
Whoa.
Look at that carnelian with the citrine.
And then wait, look at it next to the necklace.
Yeah. So funny. So beautiful. Let me take it off.
We'll clear off things a little bit for everybody.
Oh my gosh, it's so pretty.
I love that we have a full set now.
You can even do earrings too.
Wow.
Like a really cute.
I mean, we have some copper head pins over there and eye pins. Both those bags.
Let's do it.
Those are old Tierra cast ones.
All right. So,
see, I'll open up some of these.
Okay.
Let's do a head
pin.
Guys, we're just getting lots of bonuses today. Yeah. I thought we were just doing a necklace. This is great. Stay for more.
Right?
Let's see. I'm curious what you're going to do for earrings. Ooh.
I don't know. I feel like this, like when you go hiking or something and you see like those little rock stacks.
Yes.
I feel like that's what this is.
What do you have there for us, Sam?
I remember Brittany liking a rutile.
I am wearing some that I made in a bracelet last year. This was in our live last year that I made this together.
And this was on our live sale this morning, right?
Yes, the hexagons.
Beautiful. Ooh, these feel smooth. These feel nice.
Hexagons.
Coming home with me.
Yes, this is coming home with me. So I just did like a little. Thank you. I just did a little rock stack. Like, look how fun. That reminds me of like if you're going to the mountains and you see.
They're often like all kind of like slightly off center from each other, and then you're like, how is that not falling over?
Right. And I had a little bit left where I could. You can have these. I don't wear earrings, but
yeah, absolutely.
This will look really cute with. This is more earthy.
Perfect. You'll have a bracelet to match, and I'll have earrings to match.
Yeah. And then. I just love it. That came together really quickly. But this is just a stack earring, super easy. You can do an articulated one where you just, connect them together on different head pins or eye pins. So 2-minute earring. I don't know if you have copper ear wires. But...
I have some gold ones there.
Okay. That'll go. That's okay because we have mixed metal, right?
Yeah. Yeah, otherwise I have like a pewter one, so. Silvery.
That would work too. Whatever floats your boat because this has 3 different metal colors.
I like the gold because I think gold and brass go really well together. Like they kind of blend.
And then It's just, oh, these two are like mated together. They're like, no, we're staying together for life here. All right. Open that up. These are nice ear wires.
These are also just old tier cast stuff.
Oh, well,
we
that's
kept
why.
some for ourselves.
So there you go.
Fabulous. I guess one more, right?
Yeah, just do a second one.
Or I can go one ear,
yeah.
It'd be interesting.
See which one. Just kind of find a. Oh yeah, that one.
I wonder if I wore just one earring, like if people would be like, she's forgot,
just really artsy,
or is she just really like?
She's really like cool.
Yeah, exactly.
That's exactly what I think. I'm like, man, that chick is cool.
Yeah, I wonder what reactions I would get.
She can pull off wearing one earring.
Yeah.
Come on. And then figure out an Amazonite. I think you'll go with this one. I usually don't have trouble choosing, but that one I was like, I don't know which one to choose. Put that on, and then one seed bead.
In this case, did you want it to match the other earring more?
Just size wise, but
Yeah.
like tone wise as well. So like if I put a bright blue one on this one, you really wouldn't want that with the gray one that's on here. So they're not asymmetrical because they use the exact same design on both earrings, but each bead, like these chunks are different, so that they're kind of asymmetrical. And then just pull that around. And do this. So excited that we actually, I was like, I know I string really quickly. I'm hoping we do something else.
I'm just so impressed.
3 pieces of jewelry in an hour.
Yeah. I was like, I'm not going to set any expectations, whatever happens.
All right. And then we'll grab another ear wire. I went blind again. Where did they go?
Wait. Oh, those ones are still connected. Oh, I took them.
Okay.
My bad.
That's okay. That's okay. We have an elf taking away.
I was just, making room.
All right. So we'll grab one of those.
I'm realizing that your necklace design would work with any of these
absolutely.
Pendants. Like you could I'll just put it next to the bracelet.
I have this guy at home. I need it. I need to make something with it. And I've had it for probably 2 years, so I don't think I bought it last year.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's so cool.
That is so adorable. Okay, so here are earrings. Yeah, how does the hummingbird look?
See it.
Oh,
the orange that pops.
Love that. Yeah. And then maybe if you didn't want to do all that, you could. That would be really fun.
Yes.
And you got to see the
little cactus.
Cacti. There.
That one I put like maybe a little Amazonite at the bottom too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
maybe you do actually need a bigger. Yeah, do both.
You could do.
You gotta balance it.
If you wanted to match your earring, you could do a little stack like that.
Little cactus sitting on a mountain.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Now I gotta go. Now I gotta go get some more Patricia Healey stuff.
Casino del Sol.
Yeah. So anyway, here are those beautiful earrings.
Fabulous.
The bracelet.
What? I feel like we're in like a Southwest spa. Like there's something very relaxing about this.
Yes. The Tucson little spa.
Yeah.
Jewelry making spa.
Wow. There we go. Oh my gosh, this is incredible, Brittany.
Yeah. Oh, do we want to measure?
Oh yeah,
the
let's do
necklace?
it.
All right. So the necklace is about a half inch. Okay. So it's about.
So this is the longer one.
About 21 inches. This
okay.
one's about 21 inches. Let me see how long.
So you guys put that back on for you. And I'm wearing, this one is kind of a higher V-neck. So I wear some of my V-necks with definitely like, you'd see that more.
This one is about probably like 18 inches, almost probably like 17. Let me just do it the other way because I wasn't paying attention. And I kind of come in, measure from right here, not there.
Okay.
So yeah, it's about 17 and a half inches.
Okay.
Which I didn't realize I made it that short.
So yeah, I have the longer one on. There we go. See that? Or you can go for the shorter one. Yeah. Probably just depends what you're going to wear it with.
Yeah.
Or I guess, I mean, if you use like a lobster clasp, you could add an adjustable chain, right?
Mm-hmm.
that way you can decide what length you want.
The fun thing is this is layerable. So what if you wanted just an Amazonite strand, like as a choker, or a longer knotted necklace?
Yeah.
These Amazonite pieces would look great on some like terracotta, like cotton or nylon. You can layer it with a chain. I had a chain on it with it this morning, but I really wanted to focus on this. Like I'll put the chain on when I leave, or another gemstone. So Sam and Rachel just showed these.
Yeah, the rutile quartz. Oh, those blend perfectly with this.
They're going to go really good with this. Or you can make it longer, right? Like that. So
multi-strand. All right, here's the earrings. Folks are curious.
They're so
fabulous.
cute.
They feel great.
They look so adorable, and they're like super. They're low key. Right?
Oh yeah.
They're
Neutral.
great. They're neutral. So those are going to go with. This is going to go with any color.
Oh yeah. I feel like I'm not going to want to take these off. These are
I know. Now I need to go home and make it.
Oh yeah,
I love them.
Beautiful.
No, I was just doing this.
Basically, she basically made something already. Oh, and here, let's see. Did you add the bracelet?
Yes.
I got the full look.
Of course.
So much jewelry.
I know. So much jewelry, so little time. So
there we go.
I'm going to be wearing this. If you see me at the shows today, I'll be wearing this.
Look for that.
So.
Oh, thank you all so much for joining us. This has been a blast.
I know.
I
had so much fun. And look, the beads left over, so you can make a second bracelet. We can make you a stretch bracelet.
Okay. I can have a full set. All right. Awesome. Oh yes, this is great. Please check out Turquoise Street, Brittany's YouTube channel, and her website. Check out Sam's Bead Shop. We got live sales, our bead box. Our next Tucson live sales will be this weekend. So on Saturday and Sunday, we'll be back. We need a few days to recuperate and to buy more beads. We got to find more good stuff. Yep. So we have stuff for next weekend. So that's what we're going to be up to. So I guess you might not hear from us as much the next few days, but a little bit of a rest for everybody.
Yes. I'm taking Thursday and Friday off. And
then
I'm coming back.
Right? You cannot stay away too long.
Right.
Oh my gosh. That's great. Well, thank you all so much. We've had a blast, and we'll see you later.
Bye, everybody.